The Christmas season is a special time for everyone, but sad news can destroy the magic of the season, especially from an old love interest. In the opening scene of Christmas on Windmill Way, Mia wakes up with a beautiful smile, walks close to the window, looks up to the sky, and tells her late mom that today is milling day. Mia then goes to the kitchen after dressing up for work, where she sees Anne, her grandmother, baking for the Christmas market Dutch bake-off. Mia takes a bite to see what Anne is baking, and compliments her for always making delectable pastries. Anne also hopes the judge will be in the same mood as her granddaughter when they judge her. The Christmas season is a special one for Mia, even though she has lost her parents. She believes that her parents are watching over her and will be proud of her. While talking, Mia senses there is a bit of sadness with Anne, and asks what the problem is. Anne then explains that she has sold the deed to their Windmill Way property, which comes as a shock to Mia. She is not happy with it, but cannot express her feelings to her grandmother. Anne sold the property because of finances, and does not want to disturb Mia about her financial problems. Also, since she has an agreement that the construction will not affect the windmill, she believes it is the best offer, and the money will help with a lot of things, including the mill repair. Anne has also organized a meeting between Mia and the developer. Getting to the windmill, Anne adjusts the Christmas decorations at the door before entering. Everyone, including Lily, is getting excited and ready for the Christmas market that is coming soon. Lily notices Mia's face and wonders what the issue is, only for her to realize the recent development of the property sales, and that there will be a hotel neighbor soon. Lily is more concerned about how this will affect her husband Willem, because he also runs a hotel. Meanwhile, Mia does not want Herb, one of their fellow older staff members, to hear, so that he will not worry. However, Anne has called Herb, and he is the one bringing words of encouragement to Mia not to worry. They are getting close, but Herb does not believe he can fill the void left by Mia's grandfather. The group is all set up as they start the tour for the day. Both old and young people enter the building for the brief on the tour, and this includes Brady, Mia's ex-boyfriend. While Mia is giving the introduction to the history of the mill and what they do, she sees Brady, and she freezes midway in her speech. Lily steps in to cover for her. Herb also explains the furniture-making process to the guests. One major factor they all explain is that all the furniture is made in-house, and will be available for the Christmas market. One of the tourists asks why a shoe is hanging in the middle of the mill, and Mia explains that the shoe is used as the primary communication, to avoid yelling. This will help visitors send messages to staff in the mill, especially when there is noise. It has a secret message on it called Courier Clump. Mia asks if anyone knows the meaning, and Brady raises his hands. He replies that it means courier clog. Mia asks him for his name, which surprises Brady. He wonders if Mia does not recognize him, or if she is only making a fool out of him. Brady asks if all questions inside the shoe get an answer, and she replies that they always do, because there is nothing worse than leaving someone hanging. There seems to be an unsolved misunderstanding between them. The tour then starts in full. When they are done with the tour, Mia explains to Lily that Brady is her high school lover, and he dumped her right before prom. What bothers her is not knowing why Brady is taking a picture of a place where he has millions of them already, and he is also Lily's husband's friend. Willem and Brady enter the mill again, and Willem introduces Brady officially to Lily. Even though Willem tries to make the introduction easy, Lily does not make it easy for Brady, since he did not come for their wedding, and his wedding present is not part of the items listed. Willem takes away his wife for lunch, and this leaves Mia and Brady alone. They both try to ask one another questions while Brady compliments Mia's look and her work, especially since she continues her mom's legacy. They both wish their relationship hadn't ended the way it did. Mia tries to leave by using the meeting she has with the developer as an excuse. She has no idea she is supposed to have the meeting with Brady. He goes to her office, revealing that she is meeting with him. The realization that he bought their land makes her a little angry, but he explains that it is the person he works for who bought the property. This surprises her, that he did not end up being a photographer, but a property developer. According to Brady, he does not intend to take the job, based on the history he has with her. But she ignores his remark and focuses the conversation on the property and not their history. They talk about the location of the hotel, and Brady asks Mia to follow him to the area she suggests for them. She declines and tells him to reschedule another meeting for the afternoon, since she also did not hear of their current meeting soon enough. Brady agrees with her, and he leaves the building. While going, he takes a last glance to see Mia before stepping out. Brady gets back to his hotel, and while he is arranging some of his documents, he receives a call from boss Lionel, who appreciates the work he is doing, because the work is an important venture for their business. While communicating, he mentions that the mill will need to be torn down, but Brady protests that he made a promise not to touch the windmill. However, his promise will not hold, since it is not documented. Lionel is happy he did not document the agreement, which puts Brady in a difficult position, as he will need to explain that he could not keep his promise to Mia and Anne. Lionel then promises Brady the vice president position he has been aspiring for, if he can complete the deal. Going back to the windmill for his meeting with Mia, he sees her finishing up with one of their functions, and realizes that she is now a professional. He compliments her work, and they talk about the Christmas market, decoration, and participation. Getting back to their meeting, Mia is ready to allow Brady to build his hotel anywhere as long as it doesn't block the wind. But Brady apologetically reveals that his company has a plan to pull down the mill, which is a decision he cannot overturn. Mia feels disappointed, and while discussing it with Brady, she notices the deal has not been official yet, and requests that Brady give her the chance to save the mill. Even though Brady feels his hands are tied, he agrees to hear her out regardless. He set up a meeting with her for the next day at Anne's bakery, since he will not be able to continue their meeting based on the new developments. While he is going, he gives her some of her pictures printed from his camera. Seeing the picture brings mixed feelings to Mia as she watches Brady leave the mill. The next scene shows Mia looking through the document to see if there is any loophole in finding a way to save the mill. But Anne explains that the promise made was verbal, and the lawyer has checked the document and does not see any loophole. Mia, on the other hand, thinks the only way to save the mill is to shift the perspective of Brady, which is one of the things her mother used to say. Seeing how things have turned out to be complicated, Anne feels guilty for her decision, and worries that her granddaughter has not forgiven her for selling the property. At Willem's hotel, the news about pulling down the mill has gotten to Willem, and he decides to ask Brady about it, especially since his wife will be out of a job and his business will be affected. Brady reveals that he has made his analysis, and is sure it is not going to affect his business. He thinks the only thing it will do for him is to take pressure off him, and also suggests that it will give room for him and Lily to take time off. Willem agrees with Brady, since he has done his research as well. However, going back to the mill is now a heartache to him, because Mia is downcast, and it makes Brady sick as he is in a tough spot. He intends to see Mia the next day to deliberate on ideas to save it. In the next scene, Mia is in her room, checking through the pictures Brady gave her, and she keeps them in a box. Anne then enters the room to apologize for not discussing the procurement with her, as she feels she is not yet forgiven. The next morning at Anne's bakery, Mia feels she might need a bigger display cake after the coming Dutch competition. Brady enters through the front door, rushing down because he is late. He also apologizes again for the situation at hand, and clarifies that he has no intention for them to lose the mill. He hopes he and Mia can find a way to make everyone happy. She is happy he is with his camera, and they both step out. Brady wonders why she is excited about him taking along his camera. Mia reveals that she wants him to keep taking for her memory box, just in case everything changes. Although she knows photos cannot replace the real thing, at least they will preserve the memories. Brady asks about the relationship they once had with each other, and this is when they both realize they did not have the right information about leaving one another. Mia thinks Brady did not ask her to prom, but Brady did. However, it was through the boot in the mill, and he never got an answer. They realize they never broke up with one another. He apologizes for not making it to the prom, because she had gone to prom thinking he would show up. Coincidentally, they are single, which means there is still a chance for both of them. Seeing Santa's throne in the market breaks the ice of relationship talk between them, as Brady rushes there to enjoy it. This brings up further discussion and memories of how the mill has been the backbone of the community, especially during the Christmas season. But Brady says it will take more than that to save the mill. While they are about to leave, Brady's leg breaks the footstep to Santa's throne, which is not good, considering Christmas is around the corner. He hopes someone will be able to save him by fixing it before Santa arrives. Meanwhile, Herb enters Anne's bakery and claims he is there to surprise Lily and Mia with something special from her. He knows they have been working hard to save the mill. However, he uses that as an excuse to see Anne's face, because he likes her. She expresses the displeasure she has for herself over her decision to sell their property, but he advises her not to be sad, because she did what she thought was the best option. He believes everything will turn out well. At the mill, Lily and Mia decide that they should let the people know what is going on, as they start a petition not to take the mill apart on social media. Herb becomes the first signatory of their petition. Mia requests that he help repair the Santa chair Brady broke. While Brady is working on his system in the hotel, Willem brings him some baked pastries. After eating, he drops the plate on the table. Willem sees this as an opportunity to advocate the topic of the tearing down of the mill, especially since the table was created by the mill. He tries to explain that the mill is the heritage of the town, and informs him of the online petition to save the mill. He calls Mia to talk to her, but to show she is busy, he flaunts the 500 signed petition in Brady's face. Brady then decides to see her directly, and he goes to the mill. Getting there, Lily and Herb confront him with the talk of the mill, and the proposed rally to preserve the mill's information. He explains that he called her earlier because he wanted to give her a heads up about an upcoming safety inspector coming to check the mill. This is a way for him to untie his hands a bit on the decision. If the mill can pass the safety inspection, they will not take it down. Brady also signs the petition, but with another name, because he wants to help and keep his job at the same time. The next scene shows the rally for the petition in procession, and people are also making donations to support the mill. This attracts the press, who interview Mia to know more about the rally, and what she will use the donations for. Mia hopes all this will work for them, and they will be able to save the mill. Herb checks Santa's throne, and although he can fix it, he does not make any promise on whether it will be ready before it is needed. Brady enters the mill. He is there to congratulate Mia for her effort, because he saw her on the news. He explains that he will speak with his boss to see if there is a way to direct their client to another location. Mia appreciates it, and they talk about the products from the mill. This brings back memories between the two about things they have done together and exchanged with one another. While they speak, they seem to be finding their chemistry. When Brady is about to move close, Herb comes back, and his presence breaks the chemistry that is brewing. Just as expected, Lionel calls Brady when he sees the news regarding the petition. This makes Brady explain his plans to use safety inspection as the next strategy. However, he also tells his boss they should suggest another property to their client. But Lionel is adamant. He doesn't want them to share the news with their client, because it was the initial mention of the mill that made him join their business in the first place. He wants Brady to keep engaging him so that he can sign the contract. Mia is worried about the coming inspection and all the pressure that is coming all at once, but Anne is there to give her all the necessary support she can get. Herb comes with newly created flyers to save the mill, and their spirit is lifted. They are all excited to share the message far and wide. The next scene is the Christmas Dutch Market Day bake-off, and several bakers are there, including Anne and Willem. Brady is also present there to witness the beautiful occasion. He feels a little nostalgic about the ambience of the event. He can't believe how grown the Christmas market is. Mia reveals she organizes several vendors, and they have been raising money throughout the year to increase advertising, and now they are the biggest market in 3 states. He compliments her for having the same passion and determination she has had since high school. He tastes Anne's recipe, and after doing so, he teases his friend to forget about winning. The judges come around to taste the pastries. While they are waiting for the winner to be announced, Brady tells Mia that he will go behind his boss's back to talk with Walt, their client, and try to convince him not to demolish the mill. This makes Mia happy, and shortly after, the judges announce Anne as the winner of the Dutch Market Day bake-off. The next day shows that the renovation has started at the windmill, and that they are making use of the money made from the rally and some of the money from the sale of the land. Herb and Mia are worried about passing the inspection check, because failing it will help influence the pulling down of the mill. Herb teases Mia about the glow she has when she is talking to Brady. He mentions history, which brings an idea to Mia's mind of how to save the mill. She believes the way to save the mill is to register the mill as a landmark, since it qualifies, and she really hopes the mill will get a Christmas miracle. Later, she sadly realizes it might take up to 45 days to get it registered. Then she learns that if she files the paperwork, a protective ordinance can be placed while the application is pending. The next scene shows Mia trying to set up a meeting with the mayor in Anne's bakery to try and convince him to expedite the process of making her application, as she has submitted the soft copy. The mayor feels that they will not be granted the order, because the idea of the resort on Windmill Way is quite popular with the council for the added revenue and the influence of tourism it will bring. But Mia reminds him of the turnout at the bake-off, which was the highest the Christmas market has ever seen. She pleads that he look over the document of the mill's history and consider her application. He agrees to do that, even though he is not making any promises. Mia is happy that at least there is a glimmer of hope for the mill. Brady enters the hotel just in time for a Christmas cornhole game. Lily asks him to stay at the reception while she helps Willem with the setup. Shortly after, Mia enters, and while she is talking with Brady, Willem drags them to play the first cornhole game of the year. Before playing, Brady makes sure he takes a picture of Mia. After the game, they shake hands and are about to kiss, but Mia draws back because Willem is around. In the next scene, Brady comes to the mill to see Mia, and gives her a rose as a token of good luck for the upcoming inspection. At first he wants to send Lily to her, but seeing the clog, he decides to use it to send a message to Mia, just like in old times. At home, Anne sees the rose and asks Mia if she is falling for Brady again, but she doesn't know how to express her feelings. Also sitting on the table is the inspection report, which Mia is too nervous to open alone. They both open the report, and they see that they passed the inspection. They are overjoyed because of the progress, and the only thing remaining is the protective ordinance. Another scene shows Brady sitting down with Mia for a painting event. Also facing one another are Anne and Herb. Herb asks Anne out on a dinner date through the painting, and she accepts the proposal. Mia draws Brady taking a picture of the windmill, while Brady draws both of them not missing the prom. Later that day, Mia reveals to Lily that she is glad about the new development between Herb and Anne. Lily asks about her and Brady, and Mia confesses that she is falling in love again with him, but currently she has to focus on the issue at hand, which is saving the mill. Brady gets a voice note from their client. Walt appreciates his message and his tenacity, and cannot wait to see the opportunity he wants to share with him. However, he has signed the contract, which includes pulling down the windmill. This is not the news Brady expected, but he is hoping that his meeting with him will be able to change his mind. The next day, Brady creates a presentation to show Walt and convince him. He slept for just a few hours so he would be able to prepare the perfect presentation. He explains the contract to Willem and how he is planning to turn things around, but he needs to tell Mia and explain everything to her. While he is going out to the mill, Lionel enters, which surprises him because he was not expecting him. Lionel did not want to miss the big day. He congratulates Brady, who has now gotten the vice president position he has been aiming for all this while. He intends to pick up Walt later while Brady heads out to the mill. When Brady gets to the mill, he walks toward the clog and dips his hands inside. He sees the message he sent to Mia asking her to prom, still inside the clog. Mia comes down, and he quickly hides the note. She wonders what he is doing, and he explains that he was hoping to find the note he sent during the prom. She believes that if indeed he sent the letter, then it may have fallen out or got lost. Brady reveals the bad news, that he couldn't connect with the client earlier, and the contract has been signed. The demolition is scheduled to begin the following week. Mia's heart is broken, and she wants to walk away, but Brady seeks her permission to host the client in the mill, since he has agreed to listen to his proposal. Mia has lost hope. She feels there is nothing they can do to save the situation. However, she permits him to use the building for his presentation. He puts the notes he found in the clog in her hands, and kisses her forehead. She then discovers that truly he asked her out to prom. Later that day, Lily comes to encourage and drag Mia out of the office for Santa Day. She believes that she did all she could to save the mill. While everyone is enjoying the festivities, Brady is with the client and his boss, trying to pitch something different for them to save the windmill. Mia feels there is nothing Brady can do to overturn the situation, but Willem tells her not to underestimate him, since he is aware that he put a lot of work into the presentation. Mia also receives a letter that indicates they now have a protective ordinance for the building, and rushes down to the mill to support Brady in saving it. Getting to the mill, she hears Brady's presentation, and does not doubt that he is indeed trying all he can to save it. Mia interrupts the presentation and shows the ordinance for the property. Brady informs his boss that he declines the position of the VP and tenders his resignation on the spot. Walt is impressed with Brady's presentation, and reveals that he would have allowed the building to stay, regardless of the protective order. Walt also offers him a job, but although the offer is generous, he declines, as he intends to stay back. He stares lovingly at Mia. He assures the client that even though he has resigned from the firm, he is in great hands with his boss. Walt and Lionel leave, and this leaves Mia and Brady alone in the building. Brady confesses to Mia that he is not ready to lose her again, because she is his everything. He intends to venture into his photography full-time as a job. Mia brings out the prom letter, and they dance as they remember the prom they should have had. They share passionate kisses in anticipation of a new beginning.